Hey VC, TC Kirkham here, the Kirkham Report. Normally I've got vinyl to talk about, but I don't actually have any of that today. This is strictly a personal thing. My birthday was yesterday. I had the whole weekend that was just terrible because I was down with stomach issues, a recurring issue with acid reflux and stuff. And so I was sick from like Friday night until I got up and actually managed to do a video for a little while. I was up a little bit for each day, but in the nighttime I was sick. So I didn't have the best birthday in the world yesterday. I spent most of the early part of it in bed. But my wife, being the wonderful wife she is, my Mzadi, Kim, came up with some great Prezzies for me. And it just proves to me that she actually does listen to what I say, because all three of these things I've talked about in the past to her, and then they show up for my birthday. Now, I got one of them on Saturday because it came and she was worried about it being perishable, so she gave it to me early, and then the other two I got yesterday, and they're all stuff I've mentioned just casually or whatever, or in one case I mentioned several years ago that I wanted it, and she's like, not in this house. Anyway, the first thing is something very small, but very cool. I grew up in Washington State for most of my childhood. I was there from 0 through 6, and again from 11 to 18. So I grew up most of my childhood in either Ohio or Washington. And when I was a teenager, Washington has these great candy bars that I used to have all the time. I'd usually eat one for lunch. It's probably why I weigh as much as I do. And I haven't had one for 40 years until Saturday. Now, I know this is going to seem weird for you guys. This is a peanut butter mountain bar. You see that? I don't know if you can see it really well or not. These were my favorite candy bars when I was in high school in the mid-70s. Love these things. Now, they're considerably smaller than they used to be. They used to be like up this high and this wide, but they still taste the same, and they're awesome, and she got me a case of these. A box. Not a case, but a box. So I got to stretch them out, make sure they last a while. But I could not believe this when she pulled it out of there. I mentioned it to her a couple of times because I'm a big peanut butter and chocolate guy. So that was very cool. Secondly, the other week we were having this conversation, and we saw something somewhere, and I don't remember what we were watching. It was on YouTube, and I just happened to notice in the background in passing somebody talking about it, and they brought up a stuffy of the character Sadness from Pixar's Inside Out, and I was like, they have a Sadness stuffy? Because I just thought Sadness was funny as hell. So now I have my own Sadness stuffy. Oh, jeez, TC. I'm sorry I'm not happy for you. I just wish it like you could make her cry, because that's what she does. I loved Inside Out, so this is going to be probably perched up here eventually. Not yet. I haven't got a place for it. Somewhere on my desk. It'll be on camera all the time. I love this movie. I love this character. She is so funny. Phyllis Smith did such a wonderful job with the voice work on this character. And I guess this could be considered my participation award. If you haven't seen the movie, if you've seen the movie, you'll get it. If you haven't, you won't. Sadness stuffy. Thanks, hon. Thanks, Kim. Thirdly, I've actually talked about this online over at Two Hip Chicks chats. I don't remember if I did it with them or with when they were doing a record sale with Adam at Record Crate. I think it was on their show. I first saw a picture of this about 7 or 8 years ago, and I thought it was the funniest thing I ever saw. I actually have a picture of it that I've used as my background at work, because people will look at it and go, what the hell is that? And I mentioned to my wife, and I showed it to my wife, and she's like, I'm not having that in my house. That's disgusting. So what do I find as my big present for my birthday? That thing she found so disgusting that I still find utterly hilarious. The Puking Kitty Gravy Boat. It takes a little bit of skill to get this open because the tab is way in there. It basically is a gravy boat, and the gravy comes out of the cat's mouth, as you can see. Which I just thought was one of the funniest things I'd ever seen when I first saw it offered on Etsy. Oh, at least 10 years ago. Here it is. It's this beautiful ceramic. Here's, you can see the opening there. It comes out. You put the gravy in the opening, and when you pour it out, it comes out, and it looks like the cat is puking. Oh, you're so male. I can just hear my wife talking. Yeah, maybe so, but you know, I always thought this was brilliant and funny, and just a real curiosity for a kitchen. I'm a cook. I love to cook. I have two bookcases full of cookbooks, and I love to cook and try stuff, and I'm addicted to cooking shows. You guys know that if you saw my Christmas Prezzies video where my wife had got me Ree Drummond and Ina Garten's new books and stuff. So this has been this is a grail of sorts for me. The Puking Kitty Gravy Boat. Thank you, honey, so much. This shows how much my wife loves me. It's not about what I want. It's about what you want. That's what she told me. Because I totally wasn't expecting any of these. That made my birthday worthwhile, considering I had such a terrible weekend. So, honey, thank you for all the great birthday presents. And I promise not to gross you out. And she's going to work on doing Sadness's voice because she's pretty good at it. And I got to stretch those mountain bars, although now I know I can get them on Amazon. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up. I hope you like what I do. And please always spread the word and leave comments because I love to see what you have to say. Until next time, I'm TC Kirkham, the Kirkham Report. Bye-bye.